You're listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour. If you miss any of the program, you can find the podcast at the bottom of the page at sunnyradio.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's more important than ever to have a better credit card. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour. Excited, Heidi? We've got a guest in the studio.
Yes, we do.
So for those of you who were maybe paying attention the last couple of weeks, we had a guitar auction. And this was a guitar that was owned by Dan Ferris, who used to work with us here. And literally on his deathbed, he was saying, I want you to use this for a fundraiser for Big Paws Canine. And we had the chance to do that. And the gentleman who we even offered, when somebody wins this, I'll deliver it to him. But he showed up here. That's even better.
That is even better. Right in the studio.
Well,
Matt
hello.
Rosberg, congratulations, sir.
Well, thank you.
So are you a big-time country fan?
So growing up in the 80s, 90s, it was all country in our household. So
That's awesome.
And then I kind of got into the 80s and 90s stuff later.
There you go. Well, I love that. No, the thing that's really fun, and I was saying to Heidi, and I think I said to you as well, I remember we were at an event at the Gas Barrel, and it was me and Heidi and Dan, and you stopped by with your kiddos, and we had a great conversation. So I remember having dinner, or lunch, I guess is what they call it, lunch with you and your kids, and you and Dan had a great chat, and I think he would be so happy that you're the one that ends up with this guitar.
Well, the thing I remember that day is he spent a lot of time talking with my youngest boy, who was big into skateboarding.
Yeah.
So they were talking skateboarding, they were talking inline skating, and some hockey stuff that Dan had done, and how he liked to skate, but he'd taken a couple big spills, and they were just going back and forth, and battle scars, and just fun stories.
Dan would do every year on his birthday. He would do a 10K in rollerblades, and he was diagnosed with cancer 2 years ago, and he had got to ring the bell, and he was done with fighting cancer, cancer-free from radiation and chemo. And his birthday last year, when he turned 66. My wife and I were like, you probably shouldn't do that this year. And he goes, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a 5K. And he did a 5K.
He still did it.
In rollerblades.
After going through cancer treatments and everything, the guy was a beast.
And he was in hospice for his 67th birthday. And that day, he said, it just feels wrong that I don't get to go rollerblading today. And I said, well, I would offer to do it for you, but I'd break both ankles.
You can push the bed down there like the guy pushing the wheelchair.
We rolled it. It just wasn't quite the same. But he would be really, he's smiling in heaven right now knowing that you're the one that ends up with this guitar. So was there any particular name on there? Because there's a bunch of country artists that signed this. Is there any particular one that you're like, I'm a big fan of this one?
It just brought back a lot of memories looking through the list.
Yeah.
Like all those people were on the radio all the time in the 80s. It's kind of fun to think back on those days.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we were there because at the event, you were at the event and you were looking at the guitar. And were you the first one to bid on the guitar?
Yes.
I was thinking,
and the last.
Yeah, there you go.
And a few bids in between, maybe.
About 11. If you look at the bid history, there's one other person that had 8, and I was like, okay, this is either somebody that has way more budget than I do or is just trying to milk it.
Yeah. Well,
so Saturday morning, I kind of put the last one in, and
you got it. That's fantastic.
I'm either going to get it or I'm not, and okay either way.
Well, and I had somebody send me a message like, I can't get logged into the site. How do I do this? I'm like, it's not my site. I don't know anything about it. So good. And that's, I won't say who that person is, but I'll say that person might have had a pretty decent budget. So if you decide you want to sell the guitar, I can connect the two of you. But no, congratulations. I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah, I like the charity auctions. I go to basket auctions all the time for different charities and stuff. And it's one of those things when you know the guy and you know where it's going and you see how many concerts he'd been to, taken this thing to.
Yeah. Imagine that, going to a concert. I mean, nowadays just bringing a cell phone with him. Like, I don't want to lose my phone. But can you imagine dragging that guitar with? That's a whole
Cool
different
story to go along with that for the Garth Brooks signature, because Garth was on there, right?
Yeah.
When Dan met him, they posed for a picture too, and Dan said, "Turn around." And Garth's like, "What?" He goes, "Everybody knows what you look like from the front. Let's take one from the back." So there's a picture of him and Garth Brooks, just literally from the backside. You can't see either of their faces.
That's the kind of stuff Dan likes to do. He had somebody sign a box of Rice-A-Roni.
Yeah,
So
and somebody else signed a light switch cover.
Plate. Because they're at these, they're like, I usually sign pictures. It's like, yeah, I know, but you'll be the only one that signs Rice-A-Roni.
Can you find those? Is there going to be another auction? If you run across any of this stuff, this might be kind of fun.
Find those,
I'm pretty sure the Rice-A-Roni would not be good anymore.
Oh, I don't think I'd make it.
Yeah, I know. Well,
I don't think that's why you wanted it, John.
Well, Matt, thank you so much for bidding, and thanks for being the person who got to take the guitar home. I'm excited for you.
It'll be fun. Watch for it on display somewhere. It may end up somewhere local, kind of.
That would be really cool. Well, you have to let us know. We'll post it online when it does go wherever it's going to go.
Will do.
All right. Again, Matt Rosberg, he was the winning bidder of the guitar that was signed by a whole bunch of country artists. It was a fundraiser for Big Paws Canine. We're going to have them in later this week to chat a little bit about some cool things they have going on. Coming up in a moment, we're going to switch gears and we're going to talk Honor Flight. That's on the way. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Monday was a big day as Muller Pallets unveiled a brand new trailer that they had purchased and custom wrapped for Midwest Honor Flight. Here's Rebecca Jungling from Muller Pallets.
Midwest Honor Flight has a huge spot in all of our hearts here at Muller Pallets. Their mission is just amazing. I've been a guardian on a flight. I volunteered at call center. It's just an amazing organization.
As a guardian, Rebecca had the chance to get to know a veteran that was on her Honor Flight mission.
His name was Roger Brooks from Brandon. He recently passed away a few weeks ago, but just the opportunity to be with him on that day through some of the emotions and everything that they do on the big day that you have with Honor Flight was just amazing.
And at Muller Pallets, the entire family's involved. Rebecca's parents, Henry Muller and Margie Muller, are also quite involved with Midwest Honor Flight.
It's amazing. My husband and I, we have been proud members of Honor Flight for the last 3 years. We do just about everything from call centers to providing donuts occasionally. And we've also been on Honor Flights a number of times.
And something new they can add to the list is the donation of an amazing new trailer for Midwest Honor Flight from Muller Pallets.
The trailer is a birthday gift. My birthday is today, Henry's is tomorrow, and we always give back to our community, and this is one way to show the veterans how grateful Muller Pallets is for their service to our country.
And the veteran community itself is also quite happy with Midwest Honor Flight and all the amazing things they do. Roger Van Noort is a Vietnam veteran, and we asked him what Midwest Honor Flight meant to him.
It means a lot. My dad and his brother flew on the very first Honor Flight out of South Dakota. And then just recently, about a year ago, my brother, myself, and my cousin, we all got to participate and go on one of the Honor Flights. My brother and I were both stationed in Vietnam together. He was with river patrol boats, and I was with the helicopter group. So what they did for them and what they do for our other veterans is, it's a lot because they take care of every need that you could possibly have. And for an older veteran and stuff, this is probably one of the only ways they'll ever get to see the memorials and the monuments that were actually built in their honor and those that they served with.
On hand to accept the trailer was the CEO of Midwest Honor Flight, Aaron Van Beek.
This is a huge donation. We've been very fortunate over the last 6 or 7 years of our smaller trailer to be able to haul all the things we need to for flights, whether it's merchandise, whether it's shirts and hats, whether it's water bottles to take on flight, the coolers, the snacks, you name it. That trailer has put on a lot of miles and had a lot of good use out of it for getting our veterans very safe and comfortable experience experience on the flights. But we've outgrown it. With every organization, as we continue to grow, it's been something in our minds for a while now, actually, that we thought, we really need to start looking at upgrading just to be able to haul and facilitate more. In fact, we were using not only our trailer and our vehicle, but also 4 or 5 more board members that were hauling stuff to be able to get it to the convention center and the arena, and then also for the airport too. And so now having this bigger trailer, we can condense all of that into one spot. That way we know where everything is. It'll all arrive at the same time, and really be able to provide our veterans an even greater experience. We're just so grateful for Muller Pallets for their continued support, not only just of this trailer, but throughout the years. They've been a great supporter of all of our events, and they've come to volunteer with us, and they've got a special place in their hearts as honor flights and our veterans, of course, that they interact with.
And Margie Muller from Muller Pallets would like to remind everyone that freedom is not free.
Freedom is something that I think that we take for granted in this country, and with the current state of affairs around the globe, I think even more we all need to band together and protect our freedoms that we all enjoy in this country. God bless America.
If you would like to learn more about Midwest Honor Flight, whether you'd like to make a donation or if you'd like to see if a veteran you know qualifies for an upcoming Midwest Honor Flight, you can learn more at their website, MidwestHonorFlight.org.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If that's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current one. Whether you're a fan of iPhones or Samsung, they both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com.
This Day in Sioux Falls History is brought to you by the Sioux Falls Fun Page, West Sioux Studios, and Sunny 93.3. It was on this day, October 24th, 1922, the YMCA building is dedicated. The building on the northeast corner of 11th Street and Minnesota Avenue has literally housed the Sioux Falls YMCA for over 100 years. Although the Y was established in Sioux Falls in 1886, it didn't truly begin to flourish here until the mid-1910s. Under new leadership, the YMCA began their mission of service in Sioux Falls, and the city embraced them wholeheartedly. By the 1920s, the national YMCA movement had morphed into an organization we know today, focused on youth and young adult community sports, Christian values, and lending a hand up to those in need. To fulfill that mission, the Sioux Falls chapter needed a new building, and here they are over 100 years later, still carrying out that vision. This Day in Sioux Falls History has been brought to you by the Sioux Falls Fun Page, West Sioux Studios, and Sunny 93.3.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To save money on insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. Do you have the best plan for you? Find out at InsuranceChicken.com. Let's face it, we don't even want insurance. We need it. But you don't need to overpay. Head over to InsuranceChicken.com to see your rates from several different companies. All available in one place at InsuranceChicken.com. The other guys have a gecko, a duck, and an emu. Why not a chicken? InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Hey, this episode of the John and Heidi Show bonus hour is done. Now, there are times during the bonus hour I'll mention something from our regular program, the John and Heidi Show, which is syndicated on like 300 stations around the country. There's actually a podcast for that as well. So if I mention something that you're going, hey, whatever happened? He didn't talk to that person, or this didn't happen, that didn't happen. You can find that podcast at JohnAndHeidiShow.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour.